What it is, yo, what's up? What's poppin'? It's your boy Crusher. I'm back at it with some Grand Blue, you know. I haven't played fighting games in a grip, mainly because if y'all don't know now, you know my stick's kind of broken, right? So I try not to play too many fighting games when my stick's acting up, because it makes me angry. Like y'all. It just makes me angry. Right? I'll leave it at that. And I don't like feeling like breaking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not where I want to be currently. I don't want to even have to feel that evil. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I decided for whatever reason to play some Jeata today, and I was having a great time actually. Like, the Jeata's like beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to say it. Like, I'm just playing her and I'm having a great time doing what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, combos still hit when I can get them to link, you know what I'm saying? And like, something I was pleasantly surprised about, right, is that, you know, it's like riding a bike with fighting games, which is why I love it so much. Is like, if you played the game to like any level of like legitimate understanding, you can just pick it up like that, you know what I'm saying? And right, like, you know, the first thing I was concerned about when I decided to go back into playing, like, you know, Grand Blue and to some extent Street Fighter, is like, you know, I'm gonna be rusty. I'm not gonna be at the rank that I'm at when I got off, you know what I mean, or when I took my hiatus. And you know, I'm just glad to see that in Grand Blue anyway, that's not the issue. But like Grand Blue, you could argue Grand Blue is a lot of a way more simpler of a game. But for me, like, there's complexity even in simplicity, you know what I mean? And it just, you know, it's just all about trying to figure out that game plan all over again, really. And throughout my first couple of matches of the day, I was really just struggling trying to figure out what was my openers, you know what I'm saying? And as I played Jeata again, I'm reminded of like what she struggled with as a character, or maybe what I struggle with as the pilot of the character. Like, look at that grab. I feel like in my heart of hearts that grab should have connected, but it didn't, and so, you know, I let it go. One of the things that I was asking myself in kind of like moments of frustration was, are grabs duckable in this game? I'm fairly certain that every time I crouch low, I get grabbed, but when I do it, it's like they're ultra instincting me, if that doesn't sound so wacky, like, and they're just weaving my shit, and then I get punished for trying to punish them, which I think is like ridiculous. But you know, it's whatever. Like, low-key, the reason why I got back on, I got back on for two reasons, right? One, I really miss fighting games like crazy, and like, I don't know, I haven't not played a fighting game for like, the longest I've not played a fighting game when I really wanted to was probably about like a month, and it's been a couple of months, I feel like, since I've last played a fighting game. And I, like, low-key, I've been missing it, but like, I haven't been playing fighting games for like clear reasons, like, and the reason why I got back on Grand Blue is because there's a new Shark Lady about to come out, right? And I'm thinking about trying her out because I just like her whole style, and I like her like aesthetics, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about like giving her a shot when she comes out, you know what I'm saying? Which, funny enough, I didn't look at when she was gonna get released, but by the end of this video, I had to do some research because I was like, wait, what the hell? You know what I mean? Because I was like, I feel like for those people who are real adamant fighting game players, maybe you guys can back me up, but like, when you play fighting games, it's kind of like mad addicting, like, low key, right? Like, no matter what you're doing, no matter like what you're doing, or like whether you're playing casuals or you're playing ranked, whether you're having like a good time or a bad time, like it's all addicting. Like you don't want to stop until you're ready. You know what I mean?
Jeata
And like
versus
I feel like everyone's different when they want to hop off. For me, like I can't leave with a loss. It just doesn't feel right, and I'll end up wanting to like throw punches in my room if I get off a loss. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I can't do it. And when I'm winning and I'm streaking, it's like I never want to get off. You know what I mean? It's this weird feeling. You know what I mean? And you know, it just hit me really hard during these sessions, right? Because though you guys are I'm showing you guys like the dubs right now because I need that morale boost. Like there were some pesky matches. Oh, that DP was disgusting. What the fuck? But there were some pesky matches, you know what I'm saying, where it was a nail biter, you know what I mean? And whether it's lag or it was like, you know, lack of information, like I don't claim to understand every character like I do in like League of Legends or like I want to say in Street Fighter 2, other than kind of like the new DLC characters like Sagat. I don't really know what the fuck Sagat does. I just know that he has a lot of far-ranging buttons to where like he's kind of like a better Elena, and then he throws fireballs, you know, to make it harder to, you know, get in on him, kind of like a better Elena. And then like approaching tools that are kind of harder to beat. But anyway, I digress. Like in this game, it's for me, it's kind of like a Russian roulette. It's kind of like pulling a mystery box out of a hat and then seeing who you're fighting, who I'm going against, and then seeing how I deal with the tools they throw at me, right? And I just find that I find it really enjoyable in this game. I know if it was like in Street Fighter, legitimately that aspect, that factor pisses me off because I feel like, well, it's obvious, right? The more you know in anything tends to always be in your benefit, never in your detriment, right? But I don't know, like this game, in my opinion, makes mystery kind of fun to me, right? The only character I would argue where I don't enjoy the mystery they bring into the game is the dragon, which makes me sad because I fuck with dragons heavy, but it's just he just seems so like brain dead, stupid, to where it's like, I don't know, I'm disappointed, low-key, because I feel like dragons, don't get me wrong, they should hit like a freight train, they should do giga damage, but like they should be complicated, you know? They should reward you for doing complex things, and that's how you get the giga damage. That's how you get these cool ass combos. And also, I don't think his combos are that interesting, other than this one move that he has where he punches you and you bounce around the screen, right? Slayer has a move that's similar to that, and I feel like that's why, like, I don't know, I like those like kind of like brawly, I'm gonna fuck you up with my bare hands kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I really do enjoy that shit, and I tend to like to play those characters that embody that type of shit. Like I feel like Bison is a good kind of like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up with my bare hands type shit. Again, Slayer is a good example of that. If I knew the dragon dude that I was talking about, if I knew his name like that, I'd put him up, but he's like a bad version of it where he's gonna fuck you up with his bare hands, but he's gonna be drooling on you at the same time, you know? It's almost like fighting a monkey, you know what I'm saying? That monkey ain't thinking about nothing. He's just, I'm gonna grab your thumb, I'm gonna twist it this way, and it's gonna snap off, bro. Like, you know, there ain't nothing you can do about it. But yeah, like, I don't know. When I play the Jeata, I feel like, again, I think I said this in one of my past videos, but I feel like the Jeata should just get a Valkyrie skin, because I feel like that's how I feel when I play the Jeata. She's kind of like the Valkyrie of the skies, like low key. She just kind of like, she's very like honest snipe play. You know what I'm saying? If she had like wind element, I feel like that would really like amplify her moves. You know what I'm saying? And it would make sense in my mind, because all of her moves aren't they're not very flashy, but they're those type of moves that Bro, like I saw movement, but it was like a crouch dash movement, which is unfortunate. But suffice it to say, I say that to say that I feel like if she had wind element, it would just make all of her moves like that much better, and it like I feel like it would complement her kit. I don't feel like any other elements would really, would really mesh well with her, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I think Ran would probably be the same way too. But I feel like this game is very like 4 elements. You know what I'm saying? Like every character has their element, other than the cat, which is like his element is kind of like stealth, shadow, which again is still an element, right? And dark, right? Dark is there's a guy with a scythe that I'm thinking about. His element is darkness, right? I wonder if they're ever gonna bring like lightning as its own element, you know what I'm saying? For people to like utilize and abuse and stuff like that. Some of y'all knowers out there are gonna be like, but you know, Zoe has lightning element too. But I'm like, well, Zoe's like part dragon. She's like a dragon tamer, low key, right? And so I feel like dragons should have, if they don't have a distinct element, dragons should have all the elements. That's just how I see it, because dragons are like the masters of all magic, so they should have access to all magic. But yeah, like I digress. Like I don't know, like this, even like fighting, funny enough, fighting this character, I wanted to main her too, but I was so over characters with like unique run animations that aren't just better than the original run animation, to where I was just so turned off by her style, even though her style is very like zoner friendly, very like I'm gonna keep you out, and when I get in, it's really my choice type shit. And don't get me wrong, I fuck with that playstyle heavy, right? But I don't know, man. Like, you see how slow that dash up was? If I was just like confident in the option that they were gonna select, I could DP her dash up every single time, kind of like that, and I'd never get punished. You know what I mean? But I feel like in S, like, though the opponents you fight vary from being like godly nowheres to being from godly nowheres to hard workers, I feel like, you know, you can pick out like those guys who like to dash up a lot and then press every time, you know, on the dash up. It's just, what are they gonna press, right? The same thing with people who like to jump a lot, right? Like, oh, somebody say, I know I'm a jumper, right? So my biggest thing is trying to beat that instinct of wanting to jump in, because like, especially against like a zoner, like, what else is there when they're just throwing shit at you? You have no, like, my projectile isn't that good. It doesn't beat out all projectiles, you know what I mean? So like, how do I beat that? How do I feel comfortable? You know, for me, it's just, you know, reach for the skies, you know, to quote Woody. But yeah, I don't know. Like, these matches were pretty fun today. Like, yeah, you know, y'all seeing me. I'm just trying to get comfortable with my buttons once again before I try to learn another character. In playing the Jeata just makes me think of, why did I stop playing this game in the first place? Because, like, again, like, don't get me wrong, I'm having a lot of fun playing Baldur's Gate, and like I always enjoy playing my solo games when I do pick them up, but like, not every game scratches that same like itch, you know what I'm saying, that same desire of enjoyment, or you know what I'm saying. And I don't know, like when I was playing today, like, I don't know, it just felt different. Like I felt good, like almost like I forgot about like a sensation or a feeling, you know what I'm saying, like, and just having just like rekindling that flame, that enjoyment, that passion, that drive, it felt really nice. Like, I had a great time, like, and you know, just gonna keep focusing on trying to keep the ball rolling, you know what I mean? Trying to keep my purpose in the fighting game community, you know. Speaking of like the fighting game community and shit, like, I don't know, like, I'm like mad nervous about what they're doing with Evo and stuff like that. Like, at the same time, like I hope genuinely the money goes back into the community where like the local event scene can be elevated in some degree, even if it's like the local event from the bigger events only get like, they can only support a specific number, and that specific number isn't even gonna get supported in a big way. You know what I mean? Maybe if they just add like, if it's even only like $100 to $200 into the prize pool for those events, right? That's still pretty cool that they could get back something, right? In my opinion, anyway. I just feel like, you know, like, though no one can, though it is a common phrase that no one's bigger than the program, I feel like with the FGC, or like with Evo in general, the program is the smaller stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why people kind of got into it. I know that's why I got into fighting games, just because of the smaller scene. I could give a, well, and I would argue that's the same how I even know about the LCS too, is because I was just a part of the smaller scene. I got good at it, I got decent at it, to where I understood the lingo and I wanted to see what it was like at a higher level, right? And ooh, new combo. It makes me sad when, okay, the program gets a little bit bigger, right? But the only thing that's really benefiting is the big side of the program, not the smaller stuff that is literally like a gateway for other people to be a part of the bigger scenes. You know what I mean? To me, it doesn't make sense. If they were to say that day, yeah, man, like the reason why it's gonna be like what, $40 is because this is the amount we need to guarantee small scenes feel the impact of the new wave, right? I feel like at that point, I know me as a person, I wouldn't give a fuck about paying $40 at that point, because then I know my local scene, if we are lucky to be picked, would be supported and benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the price just being the price, you know, and that you have to, you know, just accept that shit without like any real look at that, foul, without any real, like, you know, real voice in how it's going to be used. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody wouldn't mind paying a higher price if that means we get better skins or more character roster, or like you know, just like stuff that would directly impact the core of the game, to where people want to play it more and play it longer type shit. But you know, I haven't really been paying too much attention on the updates. Like if they said, oh yeah, we're gonna like add more to the game now because we have this you're trying to put more in the event, so we're gonna add to the game to add more to the event, and so on and so forth, right? Because I feel like if you put more money in the game, okay, you can put more into the event too, because we're all here to see the game. You put like cooler characters in the game, or like fire ass songs for like hype up moments during tourneys and shit like that. Like, you know, it all feeds into each other type shit, in my mind anyway. I don't know how everybody else feels. I did hear that they were reducing the price. What they're gonna reduce the price is for the pay-per-view. You know, I don't know if it's gonna be valid enough. Like, in my opinion, I feel like it should be the same amount for like maybe like the season's pass, which is maybe like $30. But if they made it the same price as like 2 characters are, or 3 characters are in the game, which is like one character is $5, so you make it 15, like, and then they say like, oh yeah, those exact $5 that you're, or those $15 we're borrowing from you or we're taking from you, we're gonna guarantee 3 new characters per Evo. You know, three new characters that aren't included with the characters that we're already gonna throw in the game type shit. You know what I'm saying? How hard will that be for like the developers and the coders? look, she got a little combo on her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with it. Like, and after watching her, like this other Jeata play Jeata, I was like, damn, maybe I should have just played the I should just play the non-EX Jeata. But you know, getting off that topic, right? I never, like, when Jeata was first announced, I disliked the idea of it so much. I hate, like, redos of characters, you know what I'm saying? And Jeata's just a redo of Grand, right? And I didn't genuinely fuck with the idea too much. And, like, I was genuinely a hater. I just was like, you know, I'll just stay in Narmaya stand until, like, more characters come out that maybe intrigue me more to get into playing the game more, right? And suffice it to say, that didn't fucking happen. It took all the way up until the newer variation of the game for me to be like, okay, I could probably play this a lot a bit more than what I used to, generally because, like, I'm not gonna go back to playing the characters I used to play, which was Naramaya and then the Fox Lady, right? So I would, like, kind of, like, I don't want to say desperate, but I really just want to play something new, right? I really want to just experience the game through, like, a different character, right? Luckily, Siegfried was a thing, and I decided to try Siegfried, but, like, I don't hate Siegfried's style, but it was just not... You guys, like, I'm pretty sure y'all played a character that you're not really fond of, but you're fond of the game. Just to keep you in the game, you decide to play the character. Like, no one in the roster intrigues you, right? So you're just trying to stay in the game by playing a character, right? Well, Siegfried was that character for me, right? After I got bored of him, right, I'm like, damn, man, like, I should really just try and, like, learn someone else. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with Street Fighter. That's why I don't play Street Fighter right now either, because I'm kind of, like, just bored to tears of all the characters. Well, I'm not bored to tears of them. It's just they're bad and they're hard to use, and, like, you know, I don't want to play Cammy because she's nerfed into the ground, and it's kind of, like, apparent that she, like, they're just if they're gonna do something to her, they're probably gonna nerf her 3 more times. You know what I mean? And Bison, I don't hate. It's just that, again, if my stick messes up on me while I play Bison, like, again, I'm throwing punches in my room, and, like, to an extent, like I can't feel like that right now. It's just not gonna be conducive for me as an individual. But going back to Grand Blue, right? I go on a whim and I'm like, okay, let me try Jeata, right? Let me try Jeata. I'm like, who knows? I might just have a grand old time, right? I was trying the EX variations, and you know what? I was just, like, you ever, like, just, like, I always have a saying, like, I live to be wrong, right? And the fact that I was so pleasantly wrong about the Jeata, like, as a character, her style as a character, like, I don't know, I was so happy. And the reason why I'm even talking about this is because, like, I'm playing, like, you guys see me, I'm playing now, I'm going back to it, and I'm going back to it with a fresh, like, mindset, fresh opinion, but, like, the enjoyment is still the same, you know what I mean? Like, when I hit my combos, I'm like, damn, that fucking shit was so goddamn fire. I'm learning, like, I'm getting good pressure, I'm getting positive situation, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, like, this is just such an insane game, right? Though I feel like personally I need to get a DLC character in my pocket, in my repertoire, but, like, I run into that issue, right, where no DLC character really intrigues me to where I want to play him, right? And then I see the Shark Lady. I see some Shark Lady stuff trickling into my feed, and I'm like, hold on, bro, like, hold on, like, maybe this was meant for me, you know what I'm saying? On an off note, but that's kind of related, right? I like going to the beach. The beach is my favorite fucking shit, right? And, you know, I fuck with the ocean and shit. And I never thought Grand Blue, because it's all about the skies. It's all about the skies. If anything, I would expect a bird person to be dropped in before a shark lady. And like I was literally telling myself like I gotta figure something out. Maybe I get food and I go to the beach, but like ain't like I don't go to the beach during the daytime like a normal fucking person. I'm weird. I go to the beach at night because I like that shit. And you know what I mean? Like it just makes it more challenging to do that. You know what I mean? And then I see the shark lady and I'm like, well, you know, maybe I get that level of enjoyment, that cool, like refreshing kind of like idea out through her. You know what I'm saying? So kind of why I'm curious on it. But yeah, you know, like trying to get my feeling back into this game though. This lady's ripping me up. Maya got some sick ass combos though, I ain't gonna lie. Like I fought like quite a few nasty Normayas just to get to this one. And again guys, I'll tell you what, when you get into that, when your Zenkai boost hit, it's like, depending on who you are, right, whatever character you are, it might awaken your Sage path, it might awaken your Mangekyo Sharingan, you know what I'm saying, you might unlock the Rinnegan, you know what I'm saying. And after I got my ass handed to me by these insane players, bro, like I activated the Rinnegan. It's like I just lost a friend. I was like, fuck it, dude. And now I'm like seeing things. I'm trying to experiment with things I would never have tried before. I'm going after it in these tougher scramble situations. You know, I'm like, fuck it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to show me something for real. And even that alone, I just have so much like fun. Like I don't like the way it's described in my head as it's happening is like, it sounds so weird because I've never been in an actual sword clash before, but it's like you're just focusing on, you just hear the smacking of the swords colliding with each other, and it's just like I said it before in one of my, and offhandedly in my I think it was in my Baldur's Gate video, but I'm kind of like a battle junkie. I love this shit. I love this shit. It's so fun, especially when you have a good opponent in and out of the ring, right? And so when you're just getting into that flow and you're just focusing on the clashes and the dialogue exchange of the weapons, bro, it just, I don't know, it starts turning into a symphony for real. Like even just taking this situation, right? The notes I want to hear are the notes that are me hitting, right? Not the blocks, but me breaking her guard, right? And so I'm thinking to myself, how do I get that note off? You know what I'm saying? How do I get these bigger solos off in my favor? You know what I'm saying? Again, how do I disrupt her note with an even louder note from me? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know. I just started. I get really into it, you know, and it goes back into that whole like, you know. I hope the fighting game community can back me up here. It's like when you're winning and or when you're losing, you never want to get off. You're just stuck trying to feel that satisfaction to where you get off, right? To where you're like, okay, I'm cool with however I landed or wherever I landed at, so I'm gonna just slide, right? I'm gonna just slide, do my own thing, right? So suffice it to say, I don't. Like, the game kind of just shuts off on me, and you guys will see how and what way, you know what I mean? But like, I was, to keep it a stack with you, I was like mad upset, bro. I was like, what the fuck do I do now, you know? And you know, the only reason why I made this video is because I figured out what I was gonna do, right? First off, I was gonna make this video, and then second off, I was gonna play my guitar, right? So I played my guitar for like an hour, right? Just doing like minor shit, just to get my fingers in the groove of it, right? And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll make a little quick video. You know what I'm saying? Some light for the head top. You know what I'm saying? I don't be like, if you guys don't know, I reached my goal, by the way. Like, I wanted to do like 100 videos by the end of this year, right? And I got to the 100. So to me, this is all extra credit. And at the end, this is kind of like a spoiler, but I'll throw it in here because who's paying attention really, right? At the end, you know, I'm thinking about doing like all my whole like a year worth of videos as like arcs, right? And I've already kind of had like a name for this arc, right? And I just want to like make a video about the arc, right? But I'm wondering, how do I do that? So like I have that cooking up in my mind right now, whether I do kind of like a, well, this is the goal for what we're gonna be doing here, blah blah blah, or whether it's just like a collage of like what I've been doing. But I feel like I'd have to have all of the videos that I've had that I've made to do that, which would be kind of hard, but I don't know. Might be possible in the future given time. But yeah, she has no more time because obviously the last note rang, and that was the death notes for her, unfortunately, right? But you know, hey, she gets another chance to run it back. Now what she's gonna do with that, I don't know, but we're gonna find out here on the beach. Funny enough, though, would you guys go to a beach where if you went there you'd see like giant bones of like, or like this beach is known for like whales pulling up on it just to die? Like, would you guys go to that beach? Like if your home, like your hometown or whatever is like waterside, right? And every red tide, you know, this specific beach gets covered in like dead animal carcassi. Would you go there? Or would you just be like, yeah, that place got bad energy because it's just full of dead shit? You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I'm damn. She cut through the blast. That's so anime. But like I don't know. I'm weird. Like I'm different. So I don't know. Like I think I would try it like with a group, you know, with like a bunch of friends, because if it's like a town-wide thing where no one goes here and it's like kind of like a bad juju area and it's all like that is like an accepted thought of the town, I would still pull up, right? But I pull up with a posse, because if you go solo and all of a sudden you see some like ocean cult shit happen and you're on your solo dolo, it's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? They're worshiping like some ocean goddess, and they're sacrificing fucking, I don't know, like fucking like fish, or God forbid like something else that's bigger than the fish that they find in the town, and they're like, fuck yeah guys, Cthulhu or whatever, and then yeah, I'd be like, hey, like I'm quiet as fuck, right? But I feel like in my mind, my thought was like just scream so loudly they just hear it, and they'd be like, what the fuck was that? I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Like I'm trying to back away slowly, but like at the same time I'm trying to get my camera out because ain't nobody gonna believe this shit. But okay, on the conversation of weird shit, right? If you experience something weird, right, but you know no one's gonna believe you if you see it, are you gonna record it anyway? I'm curious, because I've experienced some weird shit as of late, like mad recent, that I can't explain, and that I feel like if I were to tell anybody about it, it'd just be like, bro, you're fucking crazy, bro. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is y'all's opinion on it? I obviously, like in the modern world, it's like if you don't record it, it's not real. But in my opinion, like, just because I didn't record it doesn't mean it didn't happen, right? Like it's like that one saying, don't believe your lying eyes. Well, my eyes are very scientific. I have you know. And if I see something, my brain will immediately go to all the things that I know to try and explain what it is. And when I come up blank, I tell you what, I start Googling up crazy shit. Like I start trying to figure out any type of real, like, random phenomena to where shit can potentially be something similar to what I saw. And when I come up with blank, bro, I'm just out there like, damn, that happened for real though. That happened for real though. But yeah, what would you guys do? What would you guys do for real? I'm mad curious. All right, last match of the video, and it is the Frost Lady. Honestly, when I was first starting this game, this lady here was giving me nightmares. Like, this lady, in my opinion, is probably one of the more challenging characters to play, because I feel like the pilots of this character, they're just very aware of the mechanics of the game, to where they just bend that shit to their favor all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, damn, I wish that linked. I wouldn't say I'm the best at using the core mechanics of this game, of Granblue, but like, I know how they function, right? But when I play against this people who play this lady, I'm just baffled by what they're able to accomplish, right, with the mechanics. And it just makes me want to grow stronger to shatter them like ice. But yeah, first round did not go too well. I'm just trying to, y'all see it, right? I need to get back, get better at my 2 touches and my 1 touches, because in this game, and especially playing Jeata, your 1 touch conversions are so important. I feel like in fighting games, too, like, if you're able to get like a 1 touch conversion, you're just gonna be a league better, or it's gonna be considerably easier for you to become better, because of like converting a 1-hit situation into like full combo in the corner, right? Like, you just get, it'll just breed better situations for you permanently over time, like without question. There's no question in my mind that that's what's gonna happen, right? And for me personally, it's just like trading that into my brain, right? I probably have to like spend a grip of time just in getting used to like 1 touch conversion in this game, and like really like getting the nitty gritty of the spacing off. Like, I don't know if I have pointed it out, but in some of my matches that I showed, like, what was really like the deciding factor was, in my opinion, 2 things. It was, what was your option on defense, and spacing control. Like, I feel like, especially in Granblue, spacing is like really shining factor, because it's like, how do you mix up spacing to where it confuses your adversary? How do you use spacing in a way to you know, get them to throw something out that may whiff, but you can punish, you know what I'm saying, and then you gain advantage and do whatever you feel like, right? That, and also how you extend your combos, and how you know, and how you understand how your character in and of itself can extend the combo in certain ranges. Like, for me, what the biggest struggle I have with Jeata is getting good mid-screen combos, because I feel like Jeata doesn't have extensions in the mid-screen. It's just like, you have to, if you guys are paying attention, I do end my combos very short mid-screen, mainly because I just don't think she has very long extensions without me having to use the gems, right? And if I use the gems, in my opinion, it just seems like more advantageous for me to do them in the corner, because I get way more damage out of them, simply put, right? Y'all see how I thought that out? Crazy. I'm telling you, that Mangekyo starting on, that fucking Renegon, bro, it was on, boy, and it was burning. I was trying to put that black fire on him for real. She sensed the heat of the battle, and she said, I gotta cool it off with this icy blast, bro. And I'm telling you right now, there is no ice in the world that stops my fire from battle. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Let's see if I can pull it out, and I'll show you guys. Look, and I pull it out with shooting a blast of flames mount. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jeata got that thing on her. She ain't even need a gun. You know what I'm saying? She got that thing on her though. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, this game, like, and this is how you know this is a quality ass game, is that you can just drop it, pick it up, and it's still fucking fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I probably feel the same way with Guilty Gear 2, because Guilty Gear isn't a complicated game. Well, okay, it is really complicated. Like, when they start doing the burst stuff, and like freezing time and shit, and then like speeding it up, all of a sudden, like, it's really complicated. But it's like, once you get used to that flow of the game and you figure out how you can like interact in your own way, like it is very fun. It's challenging, but it's not so challenging to where it's not understood given time, right? Very simple, and but like in other games it can be very complex, right? But yeah, that's gonna be the end of it. And look, I got the server cut off, and now I gotta go, guys. Bye.